Well, EPA is supporting one West Virginia mountaintop removal mine and may support a second one. This news has given a boost to the coal industry and disappointed some environmentalists who are expecting the White House to halt this controversial mining practice. Our executive editor, Margaret Ryan, is here now with more. Good morning, Margaret.
Good morning, Susan. Well, the EPA got major concessions from Patriot Coal, a redesigned mining plan that halves the length of the stream beds affected and controls runoff to limit contamination of healthy streams. Now, the settlement clears the way for the Army Corps of Engineers to reissue Patriot's permit for the project, which expands an existing mine by 600 acres. Now, local media say more than 350 jobs were on the line, so the decision's good news for the United Mine Workers Union. The union worked hard for Obama in 2008, and it pressed the administration to find a way to let this mine at least go forward. Now, the negotiated settlement will mean some higher costs for Patriot, including giving up about 9% of the coal that it planned to mine. Environmental groups, however, expressed both disappointment and anger, and it's unclear whether lawsuits could hold up this project further. And EPA also said it got more time from a court to negotiate a settlement with Arch Coal for the Spruce project. At 2,200 acres, that's the largest mountaintop removal project ever in West Virginia, and this indicates it could get an EPA okay.
So, Margaret, what was the coal industry's reaction here?
Well, the EPA put early in the Obama administration put 79 permits under review for Clean Water Act issues. This is the second that they've made a decision on. The other one was somewhat smaller, but it was already cleared. None of them have been totally blocked already. So the industry is saying, what are the standards out here anyway? Do we have to negotiate every single one as a settlement? Is there can we know what the standards are? And it also, another issue that's come up is, does it depend on whether you're union? We know this was a big union project. We know the UMW pushed the Hobart project. At other times, however, UMW has said this isn't the future and we do want to find alternatives to mountaintop removal. So the focus will be looking at Spruce because Spruce was initially proposed as a union project, but it isn't right now.
Okay, and so this makes a big difference in West Virginia in particular.
Absolutely. In much of Eastern Coal Company, union is still an extremely emotional issue. You know, you have West Virginia, it's a very independent state. It has 2 Democratic senators, even if one does date to the Dixiecrats, but it voted for George W. Bush. It's conservative socially. It's been a swing state in recent elections. They went against Al Gore in 2000 because in part there was a lot of sentiment against his environmental platform and fear of what it meant for the coal industry there. Nonetheless, there is a traditional split within the state. In coal country, you have owners of coal companies who are traditionally more Republican, and you have workers who are traditional, more Democratic. But the big claim, the damaging claim Republicans have been making about the Obama administration up till now has been they want to shut down the coal industry. And so you saw Representative Nick Rahall, a Democrat from West Virginia, jump up immediately on this decision and say this proves that isn't true. They're trying to find a way to let it go, not shut down the industry.
Right. So how much did politics play a role here in the EPA's decision?
Well, since the EPA is a regulatory decision, I think it would be very difficult to say just what, they're not supposed, they say they're looking at the science, not the politics. But it certainly was an issue for the administration. I think for both, they're looking at, is there a way to allow these mountaintop removal projects to go forward in any environmentally sustainable fashion. You know that environmental groups are going to be looking at the concessions that EPA got in this case. Did it make any difference? And we already know it made no difference for hardcore opponents. They want the practice absolutely banned. I think it's indicative that Jackson herself is quoted in the EPA press release. It isn't just an agency issue. And she's saying, we got major concessions. Half of the stream impact was avoided. That's 3 of 6 miles that was going to be of stream bed that was going to be destroyed. Half of that won't be now. Of course, the first reaction of opponents is, but 3 miles are still going to be destroyed. So, the real unclarity is where the reviews of those other 77 permits are going, and I think all eyes in this industry are going to be on that Spruce permit.
Definitely. Okay, Margaret Ryan, thanks for that.